good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this webinar for Velocity Trader platform training. As the webinar says, this is just a little webinar to show you all how the Velocity Trader platform works and to answer any questions or queries you might have regarding the platform. But just to get started, Rand Swiss. If you don't already have an account with Rand Swiss, so if you just want to check out this webinar to see how our platform works before you open the account, this is a little quick slide to show you exactly who is Rand Swiss, what we do, and how to open the account. Rand Swiss is basically broken down in 3 different departments. The first department is the securities broking. If you get a Velocity trading platform, this is where you will get. So securities broking is for people who want to basically, you want to manage your own account. Whether it be a local account, offshore account, whether it's a CFD trading account or a long-term equity investment account, this all falls under securities broking. The one exception is the Forex dealing, because Rand Swiss is also a treasury agent. So if you open an offshore account with us, or even if you have an offshore account with an offshore bank or a different broker, we can assist you with converting your rands into dollars, pounds, euros at a very good rate. But yeah, this all falls under securities broking. Managed solutions. This is more for the guys who do not want to manage their own accounts. So these are the guys who want to go into one of our model portfolios where we manage your investment for you according to one of our portfolios. We've got a global equity portfolio, we've got a local equity portfolio, and then we've also got an AI portfolio. And then, of course, structured products as well. We just closed the structured product last week, which is going to give clients 15% per annum in US dollars. So, I mean, I'm sure you'll understand that's getting 15% per annum in dollars is not a bad rate. And at the same time, the product is giving them 35% capital protection. So if the market goes against them, they will have protection. Sorry, I just want to put my phone on silent. Up to 35%. So if the market goes against them, up to 35%, the client loses nothing. They get 100% of their capital back. Then finally, wealth and advisory. This is a bit more where you want someone to just not look at one specific equity account. You want someone to look at all your entire financial situation. So our wealth managers would sit down with you, they look at all your investments, they look at your goals, your risk profile, your age, and everything. And then they'll come up with a holistic investment plan for you. But yeah, if you want to open an account for Rand Swiss, of course, very simple. Let me actually open this for you. Sorry, 1 second. You just come to randswiss.com. Let me share the screen here for you. There we go, sharing. So randswiss.com, you'll see there's an account there, open account at the top. Just click that button. At the moment, it defaults to the securities broking. So this is our intermediary mandate. So this is the default for people who want to manage their own accounts. But if you want to, what we do, you can get all our model portfolios. If you want to get fact sheets, active trading. This is the, like I said, this is the securities broking, so active trading. This is the CFD trading guys, private broking. This is the guys, long-term equity investment guys who want to manage their own accounts. Structured products, if you want to get some information on what structured products we've got going on, model portfolios, everything. But yeah, so you just come to our site. If you want to get our upcoming events, you just click here on Insights, Upcoming Events, and then you get a full list of upcoming webinars coming up. Okay. Yeah, you can get everything at randswiss.com. Let me just quickly go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, but yeah, this is your step. Go to randswiss.com. We'll need these PICA documents on your account. Very simple. Finally, just some of the awards we've got. So Rand Swiss, you see at the bottom, we've been ranked the best broker 4 out of the last 5 years. So it was 2019. I think we got 2020 as well. Then, no, I'm lying. I think 2020 we came second. In 2021, first again, 2022 first, 2023 first. So 3 years running now, we've been the best broker in South Africa, according to the Intellidex. We actually need to change this. They've now changed their name to Crutham, but they hold an annual award ceremony where they rank brokers on different kind of things. But in the overall category, we've now been ranked the best broker in South Africa 4 out of the last 5 years and 3 years running. And this is, to a great part, thanks to our clients. The people who, Crutham and Intellidex, they do their own little analysis and research, but they also have the clients do a survey. And it's according to that client survey, we've always been ranked really well. Okay. These are just some of the research you can get. So, for instance, online trading clients. If you have a online trading account with us, you'll get like regular. We send out some trade ideas, which you can trade on if you want to or not. Anybody, even if you don't have an account with us, you can get the Rand Swiss weekly wrap. You can also just go to YouTube, search Rand Swiss, and then you'll see all these videos get uploaded to Rand Swiss, the Rand Swiss YouTube channel as well. So you don't even, if you don't want to subscribe to the email, it's fine. You can just go to our YouTube channel. Just subscribe, click the notification button. They'll let you know every time we upload a video. And then, of course, we work to selected private clients. Anthony Clark is one of the top-rated small and mid-cap analysts in South Africa. He sends us research, and we share that research with our clients. But okay, so the agenda for today, very simple. Platform training. So I'm just going to show you how to set up and use the platform. And then towards the end, I'm going to show you how to link the platform to TradingView. So if you don't want to use the Velocity Trader platform, you don't have to. If you like TradingView, you have a TradingView account, you can link the Velocity Trader platform to your TradingView account, and then you can trade from TradingView. So you don't even ever have to log into Velocity Trader. You don't have to use that platform if you don't want to. You can just use TradingView if you so choose. But okay. So here we go. So this is the first time you log into Velocity Trader. So let's say you went through that whole process of opening an account with Rand Swiss. You've downloaded the platform. We'll send you a guide usually on how to download it, how to create passwords. I'm not going to cover it in this webinar, because if you open an account, we'll send you a PDF guide on how to do all those kind of things. So let's say you've already gone through all those things. You've downloaded the platform. You logged in. Usually what would happen is the first time you log in is you'll get this little welcome tour, where you can go, and this tour will take you through everything. Of course, I'm not going to go through all of this now, because I'm going to show you how to do everything. But if you ever want to bring it back up, you just go here at the top, more, and you click on this thing that says onboarding, and you can take this tour again. Okay, so it's very simple. But like I said, I'm not going to go through everything now, because I'm going to show you. Okay, so basically, the most important thing is this terminals button. These are all the little modules you can add to the platform. I'm not going to go through everything, because some of these, like the scalper, for instance, is for more like experienced traders. And I'm assuming, using the assumption here, that if you're an experienced trader, you already know how to use the platform. So I'm going to skip some of these modules, but I'll go through most of them. The first thing, of course, is the chart. The chart is very simple. The chart gives you a chart of something. Now, the first thing to note about this chart, which is very important, is that the first time you load it, you'll see there at the time it says 1M. That means 1 minute. So let's just go to something that's a bit more liquid, like ShopRite. Okay, you'll see there, that's where you type in the ticker. You say CFD equity. If you're a short-term trader, you're going to go with a CFD one. Now you see all of these candles. They are all 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So if you're trying to trade the market like short-term moves, fine, you can leave it 1 minute. But I think most people prefer 1 day candles. So if you want that, you just click here on a time and you add 1 day. So one, the capital D means day. And then it'll change it to daily candles instead of minute candles. But you will notice, of course, there's not a lot of data here. The screen is not full. That's because the default is to give you only 6 months worth of data. If you want to change that, you come here to the top, and then you can just change it to the max, 20 years. And then you'll see it gives you way, way, way more data. Okay. So that's the first two things. I would usually recommend for someone who's new, who's busy setting up the platform, you add the chart, change this one here today. You can, of course, create a custom field as well. So you can say edit, tick, you change it to time, and you can change, I want hour and I want 6 hour, and you apply. So you can create your custom candles as well. You don't have to use these ones if you don't want to. You can create custom ones if you want. But for now, I'm just going to leave it on the daily candle. Second step, change the data. So, I mean, the reason I think they put it that way is because, of course, this is data which needs to be downloaded. So if you're using a metered data connection, i.e., you're not using a capped, uncapped data connection, this will use data. But I mean, this data is minimal. They're basically just downloading 4 points of data for each candle. Open price, close price, high and low. And I mean, it's literally just numbers. So it's minimal data they're using. So, I mean, if you want, you can leave it at 6 if you're scared you're going to use too much data. But usually, if you're on an uncapped fiber connection or an uncapped fixed LTE connection, I would say just make it max. Get all the data you want. Okay, so that's the first step. Then, sorry, no, that's not what I want to do. Oh, here, this middle one, you can change. So if you don't want to use candles, you can use bars. If you don't want to use bars, you can change it to a line chart, a dotted line chart, or an area chart. So this is where you can change how you see the data. Of course, I think most people prefer to use candles because they're just the easiest to read and they give you the most data. If you use a line chart, it only gives you the closing price. That's all it's giving you, closing price. But if you use a candle, it gives you the open price, the close price, the high, the low. So it just gives you a bit more data. Then this little button is the drawing bar. It will bring up this thing. This is where you can get like all the things like if you want to draw trend lines or which is there's a line, I want to draw a line. Boom, I can do that. Then at the bottom, they'll give you all this information. I say the line's not thick enough. So I want to make it thicker, or I want to change the color to red, and so on. Okay, so that's what this is. This is your little annotations bar where you can draw lines or your Fibonacci, ratio thing and everything. If you want to delete it, you just click on this little trash can, it will delete it. Trash can, delete it. So that's where you make your annotations. If you want, you can keep this bar here. If you want to go away, you just click it again, and then it is gone. Then the other one is your indicators. Again, I'm not going to go through everything because some of these things, if you're an experienced trader, you already know these things. I'm just giving you the basics for someone who's new. They just want the basics. They want to understand how to set up the platform. Okay. So this one is your indicator. So your indicators like your RSI, your MACD, and everything. So for instance, if I want to put a MACD in here, okay, I don't want to search for everything. I can just type in MACD, and I can just double click, and there's my MACD. If you want to change the colors, okay, at the moment I have black, but you can of course change it. So you just right click, you go to settings, view, back color, you can change it to white, apply, and now it's white. I prefer dark mode, so I'm going to change it to black. But yeah, you can definitely change the background. Again, you just right click, settings. And then the same with candles. Maybe you don't like red and blue. Maybe you want to use green instead. You can change it to green. And then you say apply. Now up candles will be green instead of blue. Personally, I like, but yeah, so it doesn't really matter. You can customize it exactly the way you want. Okay. So again, you just right click, settings, and you can go through all these things and customize your chart. Okay. That's it. So just to recap, first thing, change from the default is always 1 minute. Just change that to 1 day. defaults on one day will be 6 months. You like to change that to the max of 20 years. You can change line, bar, candle, everything here at the top. The drawing bar, if you want to make annotations on your chart. And then finally, indicators. So all the indicators you want to put on will be right here. If you want to take it away, you just click the little X, and then that will go away. And then, of course, if you want to change it, you just go up here. So like I just did, I typed in the ticker, ShopRite. But if you don't know the ticker, don't worry. You can just type in ShopRite. You can type the company name, and then it will come up because it has both the ticker and the company name. And then again, it will give you CFD and equity. Equity is more for long-term investors. CFDs, they're more for short-term traders. Okay? Then next, watch list. Okay, so the watch list usually comes pre-filled, but maybe you don't want this thing. So I like to start new. So all you do is click the top one, press Shift on your keyboard, click the bottom one. Then that will select everything in the watch list. Then you just right click and you say remove selected symbols. And then it will remove everything. I think I've got a window here with too many. So I'm just going to use this window because sometimes they limit you as to how many instruments you can put on your watch list. But basically, same thing. Okay, so I'm just going to, go back here. If you want to add one, you just click this plus. I mean, I have pretty much this is my watch list here for my little personal thing, where I've pretty much all the biggest, the top 40 stocks. So I've got quite a few of them here. But if you want to add, same thing, you can just type SHP. It'll give you ShopRite. You click add. It's already on the list here, so I'm not going to do that. But that's how you add something to your watch list. Then at the top here, you can see if you look here, there's a lot of columns. You can add and remove as you want. So I'm just going to use this one as an example. So you right click at the top, so where the heading is, you right click, and then it gives you a full list of everything you can put on your watch list. Now, dependent on your screen, like sometimes people are using laptops, then things are squished in a bit more, then you might want less data. Like for instance, me, this is all I want. I just want to know what's the change for the day. So for instance, ABSA is up 3.6% for the day. The last traded price was 183. So this is not the closing price for the previous day. This is the last traded price for today. And then that is the previous close for the day. Okay? So that's all I want on my watch list. I like my watch list to be clean. I don't want it to be too cluttered with too much information. But if I want, I can say, okay, maybe I want to know what's the high for the day. Then I add the high column. And then it gives us, now you see there's a new column. That'll show me what is the high for the day. If I want to remove it, again, I just right click and I just deselect it. And now it's gone. So you can customize what columns you have here. You can also drag them around if you want and customize them that way. Okay, so that's the watch list. Very simple. I mean, I'm not going to go too in-depth the watch list. Very simple. You want to add something, click the plus, type in the ticker or the company name, and you click add. It will be added to your watch list. And then you can customize the columns as you want. Very simple, very straightforward. Okay, so that's the watch list. The next, market depth. Okay, so market depth. So let's do first thing. You see there's a yellow dot there, but there is just a link and the link. So there's no color. So what you can do is you make all these windows the same color. So I'm going to go there, yellow, and I'm going to go yellow. Now, if I change it, okay, so let's go Naspers, NPN, CFD. You see there, it automatically changes this. I can, and the same year, if I show you my watch list here, red and red. So as I click, it automatically changes the chart for me because these two little modules, the watch list and the chart, they're linked by the same color. So every time I change something or I choose something on the watch list, it automatically changes the chart for me. And it's all you have to do here is just click at the top and choose a color and make sure this one has the same color. As you can see there, for this one, I chose yellow. So I can change it again. Let's go with Standard Bank. SPK is the ticker. And now you see it changed the market depth for me again. Okay, so what is market depth? Very simple. At Rand Swiss, we don't take the other side of your trade. There are a lot of brokers out there. When you take a trade, they sit on the other side and they take the other side of your trade. Now, of course, there's a bit of a conflict of interest there because what that means is if you lose money, they make money. If you make money, they lose money. So it's in their interest for you to lose money because then they make money because they're taking the other side of your trade. At Rand Swiss, we don't do that. When you place a trade on the Velocity Trader platform, that order goes direct to the JSE. So there's someone else out there taking the other side of your trade. It's not Rand Swiss. But basically, this market depth, what you see here, this is the top 5 orders currently live from the JSE. So if you look at this at the moment, I mean, it's going to change a bit. So we can choose something that's a little less liquid. That will hopefully not change so much. A small cap. I'm just thinking of a small cap. Let's see, Euro. Yeah, I chose the equity now. Doesn't really matter for this instance. So at the moment, on the JSE, there's someone has played, well, not someone, there's going to be a bunch of people, but basically there's orders to buy 3,377 Kero shares / CFDs. And this, after that, there's someone else who wants to buy 751 shares at 1067. Then there's someone who wants to buy 500 at 1065. And I say someone, it can be more than one person. For instance, if I want to buy 250 shares at 1065 and someone else wants to buy 250 shares at 1065, our orders will be grouped together at this price point to make 500. So these are all buy orders, the top 5 buy orders currently at on the JSE's order book. Okay, so this is live. Like I said, we don't take the other side of your order. When you place an order on Velocity Trader, it goes direct to the JSE. Someone else takes the other side. And then this, of course, is people looking to sell. So at the moment, 1 person, 2, maybe 3 people, I don't know, are looking to sell 508 Kero shares for 1080, then 2,456 shares for 1082, and so on. Okay, so that is essentially what market depth is. It gives you the top 5 orders on the order book at the JSE at this moment. Of course, there are more orders going down, but you only get to see the top 5. Okay, so that is market depth. Very simple. So if you want to see, if you are looking to place a trade, a lot of people will look at the chart. They will look, oh, okay, so that's the price. That's not necessarily the price. So if I'm, for instance, looking to buy Kero shares, I'm thinking, oh, if I'm going to go buy Kero shares, I'm going to buy at 1069. And then I place an order, but then actually I bought at 1080. And I'm like, whoa, what happened here? I thought the price was 1069. So just be very careful. The price you see on the chart is the last traded price. It's not the price that you are going to get. It's the price that the last person who bought or sold shares got. This is the pricing you are most likely going to get. Now, the JSE does have a feature where they can have hidden orders, where like the bigger guys can place orders and then it's kind of hidden from the general market, which won't show up here. So at times you'll think, oh, okay, so I'm going to buy 1080, and then you place an order and you actually get a price that's better than 1080. Maybe you get 1069 again. You wonder, oh, whoa, what happened there? I thought that was the best price, and then I actually got an even better price. Well, that's kind of sometimes the JSE, like I said, they've got hidden orders. So if someone says, like the bigger institutional traders especially say, okay, I want to sell at 1070, but just hide my order. That can happen, but usually this is the pricing you will get. If you place an order now to buy Kiro at market price, then you're going to buy at 1080. If you're looking to sell Kiro at market price, you're most likely going to get this price. But of course, it also depends on the value. If I want to buy 1,000 shares, then it means my first 508 shares will be bought at this price. And then the remaining 492 shares will be bought at this price. And so it will keep going down the list until my order is full. Now, of course, if I'm buying 1,000, it will be filled at this level. If I'm buying 10,000, it will keep going down, probably all the way down to 1085 before I get all 10,000 shares. But okay, that's market depth, simple, straightforward. Time and sales, I'm not going to do that too much, but basically time and sales, it just shows you every time a share is bought or sold, it will show up here. Oh, someone bought 500 shares at this price. Oh, someone sold 600 shares at this price. But it's more for the more experienced guys. Most people won't be too bothered. Order entry, I'm going to leave for now. Oh, sorry, grid. Grid's essentially, if you choose grid, it's just going to bring up a grid of charts. So don't worry too much about that. Scalper, again, it's for the more experienced guys who's trying to trade like very small movements very quickly. Usually, when people do trades like me, I don't sit here all day, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. I will buy, and usually I will keep it for a few days or sometimes even a couple of weeks before I close my position. But scalpers, they buy, and within seconds they can close the position, or within minutes they will close the position. So this is for the more experienced guys. I'm going to do the scalping now. Okay, positions. This right now it's empty because in this account I'll show you guys later. I'll place a trade and you'll see it here. But positions are basically your active trade. So let's say I sent an order to buy my 1,000 Kiro shares. I did it at market price. I got my 1,000 shares. Then it will show up here in my positions. My account name, you can move these things around, by the way. So I'm going to do that now because this is a longer one. So if you want to move these things around, you just choose it, drag it, and say, okay, I want it to be at the side of this one. Same for this. I want it to be at the side for this one. Now everything is nice and long down here. Okay. But yes, basically it'll show it account name. So this is our company account name. Then symbol. So it will show Kiro. Oh, by the way, we can make this bigger as well. So you just drag it if you want to make it bigger and smaller. And same goes for the bottom here. You can drag it up, you can drag it down. Okay. So, but the symbol is basically just the sticker code. So we'll show Kiro side. So with CFDs, this is equity. Let's change this to a CFD. Okay. With CFDs, you can open long and short positions. So what's the difference? Basically, a long position is when you buy. So I buy hoping the price will go up. I make profits as the price go up. You can do that with equity as well, of course. But with CFDs, you can open short positions. Basically meaning you will make money if the price goes down. So that's your side. It will say, are you long or are you short? If it's quantity, if I bought, it will say I bought 1,000 Kiro CFDs. If I went short, it will say minus 1,000 because I'm now making money if the price goes down. Open price, but yeah, it'll give you all this. When I place a trade, we'll go through all of this. But basically, position is just the trades you have in the market. So I placed an order to buy 1,000 Kiro shares. Someone immediately sold me shares. I got my shares. My shares will show up here under the positions tab. Okay, working orders. Now this is different. Okay, now let's say I want to buy Kiro shares, but I'm saying I don't want to pay more than 10 Rand 50 per share. Then I'm not going to place a market order. I'm going to place a limit order. Now I will cover that when we look at the order entry window. But basically then I place a limit order and I say, buy me 1,000 Kiro CFDs, but only at 10 Rand 50 or better. Now, of course, if I do that now, you can see there's no one that's going to sell me Curro shares at 10 Rand 50. I mean, the best offered in the market is 10 Rand 80. So what will happen then is my order will come lie here under my working orders tab or module, whatever you want to call it. And it will stay there until Curro drops down to 10 Rand 50. The moment 10 Rand 50, it drops to 10 Rand 50, and it can get me my 1,000 shares, then this order will be activated. It will buy me my 1,000 shares, and then it will move to positions. But up until that point, it will stay here on working orders. So basically, your working orders are orders you've sent to the JSE or the exchange. Because I want to say JSE, because on this trader, this platform, we've got JSE stuff, we've got Forex, commodities, US CFDs, German CFDs. So you're not always going to go to the JSE. So let me rather say to the exchange. I've sent an order to the exchange, but it hasn't traded yet. The order is just lying there on the exchange's order book until it trades. So that is what your working orders are. Orders, active orders that you have on the order book of the exchange. Okay, orders history. I'm not going to go too in depth. But basically, orders history is just the history of orders you've placed. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You placed an order, whether it get activated or whether it get cancelled, it will just fall under your order history. So it's just the history of orders you've placed over a given period of time. If you want to order it, maybe. Filled orders. So filled orders, as with that example I gave you, I want to buy at 10 Rand 50. It lies here on the working orders. It drops to 10 Rand 50. I get my shares. So it goes to positions. And then another thing will appear here under filled orders. So filled orders is like your orders history currently. But the difference between orders history and filled orders is filled orders will only show orders which have actually traded. Whereas orders history will show orders which have traded and orders which have been cancelled and have not traded. Okay, so filled orders are essentially just all the orders you have placed which have also traded. So that's essentially what filled orders are. But most of the time, I don't use this. I just use my working orders and positions. That's usually all I need. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So let's quickly look at the order entry window. So when you get it, it's going to be loose like this. You can attach it. You can just say attach. Now it's there forever. But let's say I don't want to be in a separate window. I want it to be, usually I put mine above my market depth. So then I can see on the market depth where's the pricing while I place my order. I want to make this a little lower so that there's just a bit more space. Okay, so it's not linked. So let's link it. Yellow. Okay. And I am now going to do an example. I want to place an order on USD ZAR. Okay, so as you guys can see, this chart, the Rand has strengthened nicely because they're linked. It automatically changed to USD ZAR. It automatically changed to USD ZAR. Okay, so let's say I think the Rand is going to continue strengthening. Okay, so in this instance, I want to go short, because remember, when you go short, you make money when it goes down. Now with Forex, it's a bit more complicated because there are two things in a Forex contract. There's the USD and there's the ZAR. So if you go short USD ZAR, you're actually saying, I think the Rand is going to strengthen. The dollar is going to weaken, the Rand is going to strengthen on the USD ZAR. But basically, the only thing you have to look at is, you see there the ZAR, USD ZAR. You look at this price you're seeing here is always the price of the last one in the currency pair. So you're seeing the Rand price, not the dollar. And of course, I think the Rand is going to strengthen. And in this case, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if the Rand strengthens, the price must go down. Okay, so I'm going to open a short position. So that's the first thing I do. I click sell. Then I say, I don't want to just go at any pricing. I want to set a limit price. So quantity, I'll get to the quantity, but I'm going to leave it for now. So I say limit, okay? Then I say validity. Now, validity is basically, okay, I'm going to leave that as well. For now, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put my entry price. I'm saying, okay, I want to go short, but I don't want to go short at 1850. I want to go short at 1820. So what am I saying? I want to wait for price to go up to 1820 first, and then I want to go open my short position. Okay. Then my stop loss, I'm going to put at, let's say 1850. And my take profit, I'm going to put at 1750. Now you see here, if I do a quantity of, usually if you do shares, it will be 1. But Forex contracts do increments of 0.01. Okay. So if you're not sure, you click on this little block. And this time it's saying FX. Sometimes say CFD, sometimes it's equity, but we're doing Forex now. So FX, you click that, then it brings up this little symbol info window. Then what you can do is, you see there, minimal lot is 0.01, as we can see there. And then you can see lot size is $100,000. Now, what do they mean with that? Lot size, they mean 1. So 1 lot is a quantity. Basically, you're trading a quantity of $100,000. So if you're doing 0.01, then you're 0.1, you're doing a quantity of $10,000. And if you do 0.1, you're trading a quantity of $1,000. Okay. But yeah, now we can see if I trade one quantity, my risk is 300 Rand. So if it goes to stop loss, my stop loss, I can lose 300 Rand. If it goes to my take profit, I'm going to make 700 Rand. So this is where you now decide, okay, well, what risk am I willing to accept here? Before, and then you come change the quantity. So I can say, well, I'm fine with this risk, so I'm not going to change anything. Then validity. So what does validity mean? So I'm now going to send an order to the exchange, okay? And because I said my limit price is 1820, then of course it's not going to trade at the moment because it's way below 1820. It needs to come back up to 1820 first before it'll sell. So let's say I place my order. It's going to bring this window up for you to just confirm everything. You say yes. So now you see it's there under working orders, right? Now, of course, again, we can change everything. So account, I know what my account is. So I'm going to remove account. Symbol, I want to see symbol. I don't care about the order side. Yes, I want to remind myself, am I going long or short? Type, limit, that's fine. I don't really care. I know I placed the limit order. Quantity, that's the quantity. Date, when did I place it? I'll leave that. Time, I'll leave it. Quantity remaining and filled, because sometimes what happens is, if we go back to that Curro example, where I said, okay, I want to buy Curro at 10 Rand 50, and I want to buy 1,000 shares, and it drops down to 10 Rand 50, sometimes I'm not going to get the full 1,000. Maybe I'm going to get 500. So what will happen in this quantity remaining situation is, let's say quantity filled, you got 500, you still have 500 left. So that's basically that. But with Forex, but it's fine. Usually I don't care about that because, like I said, I like things to be clean. You know, I don't want it too messy. Validity, so did I do validity? Okay, fine. Status, I don't care. Bounty, I don't care. Stop loss. So I just want to confirm, oh, right. Okay, I did put a stop loss, take profit. Trading exchange doesn't really matter. You see, these are usually the things I like. I like to keep it clean and simple. Okay, so now here's the order. Hasn't traded yet. Now, what does this validity mean? This means the day means if by the end of the day, this order hasn't traded, cancel it. That's what a day order is. By the end of the day, if my order does not trade, cancel it. Okay? So if I can change that, of course. Okay, I'm going to cancel my order. So if you want to cancel order, you highlight it, you select it, then you right click and you say cancel order. Yes, order cancel. So that's a day order. The other one is GTC. GTC means good till cancelled. So that means even if my order doesn't trade by the end of the day, it will not be cancelled. It will only be cancelled when I come and manually cancel it, or if it trades. So that's the difference between day and GTC. If I put it on day and my order does not trade by the end of the day, it will automatically be cancelled. If I put it on GTC, it will stay there until it trades or until I come and manually cancel it, just like I did now. I'll show you guys again. I'll place this again. Yes. Okay. So now it's there, GTC. So it's now going to stay there until price comes back up to 1820. Then it will trade, or until I come, I select it, I right click, I say cancel order, and I cancel my order. One more thing I'm going to show you. I'm going to trade this one more time. Let's say I changed my mind. Okay. I don't want to trade at 1820. I want to trade at 1830. You don't have to cancel order and then place a whole new order. You can just again select, right click, modify order, and then I just change it to 30. Modify, yes, and you see there it changed. So you don't have to cancel it to change an order. You just have to select, click, modify order, and then it brings up a new window, and you can change your order. Maybe I want to change my stop loss now also to 1880 or 1870. Modify, yes, boom, my stop loss is changed. Finally, maybe you change your mind and say, look, this thing is just keep going down. If I don't get it now, I'm going to lose my trade. Again, you don't have to cancel your order. You can just right click, change the market, click, change the market, and we'll change your order from a limit order to a market order, and it will just trade. Okay, so these are your working orders. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a market order. Okay, I'm going to place a market order, and this time I'm not going to put in a stop loss or a take profit, because I want to show you guys how you can do it afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to go market order. I'm just going to go wherever it is now. Place order. Are you sure you want to place order? I'm going to say yes. And now you see, now it's empty. Why? Why is it not here? Because it's under my positions. I went in at market. So that means I just took whatever the price is now, give it to me. So this trade is now active. So again, I'm going to change these things. I don't want to see my account. Symbol, I want to see position, ID, don't really care. Side, am I long and short? So I'll leave that. Open price. Open price is at what price did my trade open? Okay. So my profit and losses are going to be between that open price. Current price, fine. I want to see my current price. Quantity, sure. Date and time, I'll leave. Gross profit, yes. Net profit. Position exposure is basically just the value of the trade. So it's basically just $1,000, remember, because I only did 0.1, and 0.1 is equal to $1,000. So 1,000 times this price, that's essentially your position exposure value. I don't really care. Fee, swaps, I'll cover that now. Stop loss, I want to see. Take profit, I want to see. Trading exchange, I don't want to see. Again, if you want to edit these things, just right click on the heading, and then it will give you. And again, also, you can move these things around. You don't have to use it the way it is. But okay, so at the moment, you can see I have no stop loss, take profit. Let's say I want to change that. No problem. All I do is I click on it again to highlight it. I right click, I say modify position. And now I can say put in a stop loss at 1830, put in a take profit at 1790, modify, yes. And now you can see I have a stop loss and a take profit. And you'll see on the working order, here they are as well. My take profit and my stop loss are both here. Because essentially these are two orders I now sent to the exchange. Saying if it gets to 1790, we can actually There is 1 second. No, that's not the one. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to stick that. But basically, if it gets to 1790, close my trade. And if this happens, it will automatically cancel my stop loss as well. Okay. And then if you want to close the trade manually, say, look, I don't want to wait there. Very easy, very simple. You just right click. And then you say close position, close position. So what I'm saying is you don't have to come manually fill in order to now buy this back. You can just say, select it, make sure it's highlighted, right click, close position, close, and boom, the trade is closed. So you don't have to manually come close this, okay? So just some things I want to cover. So gross profit, of course, is your gross profit or loss before fees. Then, of course, there's a fee. For Forex, it will be 0 because the fee for Forex is inside the spread. But if we do an equity, like let's go ShopRite again. If you buy ShopRite, this time, there will be a fee. This is not inside the spread. So usually it depends on what the fee is. It depends on the size of your account and how frequently you trade. Usually we start with CFDs at 0.45% of the total value of the trade. So just to make the maths easy, if you, let's say ShopRite is at 100 Rand and you buy 1,000 ShopRite CFDs. Okay, so 100 times 1,000 is 100,000. So that's the total value of your trade. Then if the fee is 0.45%, that means you're going to pay a fee of 450 Rand to open that trade. And again, if you close it again at 100,000 Rand, you're going to pay a fee of 450 Rand to close that trade. Of course, we can lower the fee for you if you have a bigger account or you're a frequent trader, but usually we start at 0.45%. And so that is the fee you will see here. But there's also the swaps. Now, what are the swaps? So CFDs are leveraged. So let's look at ShopRite here. I'm going to click on the CFD little block. I'm going to scroll down. You see their margin requirements. 23.98. So when you buy a ShopRite or trade, well, I won't say buy, sell, go long or short, you don't need to put down this full amount, this 253 Rand. You only need to put down this amount, 23.98 Rand. Then our CFD provider, which for JSE CFDs, the CFD provider is Nedbank, they lend you the rest of the money. Okay? So, but as with anything, if you're being lent the money, you have to pay interest. So that's the swaps. Every day you'll see something out of there. But that's only if you go long. So if you scroll down here, long swaps, short swap. Okay? So if you open a long position on the CFDs, that's the interest you pay. That's annual interest. Okay, so you're not going to pay daily interest. That's not the daily rate. You will be charged daily, but the interest is annual. So you won't be charged 11.49% every day. I mean, that's just the annual rate. But if you go short, you actually earn interest. So if you go long, you'll see a negative amount here every day. That negative amount will grow a little bit. If you go short, you will actually get a positive amount. You will be earning interest. I'm not going to go into the technicalities at the moment about why you pay interest for long and earn interest for short, but that's basically the swaps, okay? So your net profit is your gross profit minus the fee, minus the swaps if you're long, or plus the swaps if you're short, and that gives you your net profit. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're trading CFDs. You are not putting down, like, for instance, if we change this now to equity, okay, so I'm going to change ShopRite, I'm going to take the equity. We scroll down, you see there's no margin requirement. Oh, there it is, 100%. If you do the equity, if you want to buy a ShopRite equity, you have to put down this full 253 Rand. But with the CFDs, you only have to put down a certain amount. That's called the margin amount. But as I said, the CFD provider, they lend you the rest of the money. But with anything, if you lend money or if you borrow money, you're going to pay interest. Except if you're short, then you're actually earning interest. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Then the last thing I want to show you on the platform, you see how the idea, there's one. Sometimes when we send out our trade ideas, we do send out emails, we do send out SMSs, but we also send it out to you on the platform. So for instance, 2 days ago, we sent out a trade idea on MTN. So you click here, oh, Rand Swiss sent out a trade idea on MTN. Chris Kroll, that's actually me, that's my name. And then you can find out the details. You click here, this is our reasoning behind the trade. This is our entry price, which we recommend. So the limit price, where we're putting the take profit, stop loss. So everything's already completed for you. The only thing you have to do is decide on the quantity. Now, again, the quantity depends on your risk. How much are you willing to risk? So the risk amount, people usually use percentage amounts. So the percentage amount depends kind of on how big your account is. If your account is bigger, you can say, I'm willing to risk 1% of my account. If it's smaller, you might have to risk a little bit more to cover your fees and everything. But let's pretend you have an account, your account size is 100,000 Rand. And you say, okay, I am willing to risk 1% of my 100,000 Rand on this trade. Okay, 1% of 100,000, of course, is 1,000. Then all you have to do is you have to divide 1,000 by 8. So I'm just gonna, so if you, I'm bringing it down, oh, sorry about that. So 1,000 divided by 8 gives me 125. Okay, so if I type in there 125, boom, my risk is 1,000 Rand, and then I can just place buy order. So everything's already completed for you. The only thing you need to do is quantity. But let's say, okay, your account's 10,000 Rand. Well, okay, the minimum account size at Rand Swiss to open accounts 25,000 Rand. So let's go with that, 25,000 Rand. Now 1% on 25,000 is 250. Okay, so 250 is 80, 160, 240, about 31. Okay, so you can see, maybe it's still doable. But you have to understand there's still minimum fees as well. So if I say, for instance, that the fee is 0.45 of total value, there's a minimum fee of 100 Rand as well. So basically your fee is going to be either you're going to pay the 100 Rand or the 0.45%, whichever is higher. So in this instance, the total value of your trade is not going to be much. On 31 shares times 92, I mean, that's 900, but less than 3,000 Rand. So you're going to pay that minimum fee of 100 Rand, because 0.45 of 3,000 Rand is not more than 100. So you're going to pay 100 Rand to open the trade, 100 Rand to close it. So if you go to take profit, you're essentially only going to make 203 Rand. So if you're saying, look, then 1% is maybe not enough, I'm going to do 2%. Then you just double it. Now it's a bit more worth your while. So do you understand what I mean with the bigger your account? If it's a 100,000 Rand account, fine, 1% risk, easy. If it's a smaller account like 25,000, then maybe you want to double your risk to 2 or 3% maybe, to just make it a bit more worth your while. Okay. Now, so that's the last thing I wanted to show you on the platform. Before we continue, I just want to, there's some questions. Okay, so one question is, what is the limit on the watch list? So I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean how many watch lists or how much can you put on it? I'm not sure. I have to check with Velocity, but if you ever do reach limit, it can be changed. Okay. So if you trying to put a watch list on the platform and you're saying, or you have a watch list, but you're trying to put instrument and they're saying, no, too many instruments or too many watch lists, just let us know. we can actually contact Velocity and say, guys, please on this account up the limit. Let them put more watch list, let them put more instruments on the watch list. So it can be changed. So if you're hitting that wall, just contact us and we'll fix it for you. Okay. Okay, then you asked to place a limit order. I did place a limit order, so we saw that. What is the difference between size and total size on market depth? I'm not sure if I understand the question here. Size, total size on market depth. I'm not sure what you mean there. But if you have questions here and I'm unable to answer them for you now, my email is chris2@randswiss.com. Just send that email to me. I'll still be happy to answer any questions you have afterwards. Okay. Then the last thing I want to show you guys. Where's that window now? Oh, there we go. Okay, so TradingView. How do you link your account to TradingView? Very simple. If you are on TradingView and you are on the chart like this, okay, you just go down here to Trading Panel and you'll see right there, Velocity Trade. Click on Velocity Trade. Put in your login details for Velocity Trader. So let me quickly log in here. I think I pressed the wrong button. Sorry about that. See, now I'm logged in. So now I can trade on TradingView, and I don't have to trade on Velocity Trader platform. And it's got the same thing, positions, orders, everything. The only thing to note is when you're searching for something, make sure you choose an instrument that says velocity on it, okay? Because sometimes they don't just show you your broker, they show other broker instruments as well. And of course, you cannot trade other broker instruments via velocity. You can only trade velocity instruments. So let's try Naspers. There you go. There's Naspers. There's the EQT and the CFD. Remember, if you're a short-term trader, you're doing CFDs. If you're a long-term investor, you're doing EQT, equity. But just always make sure. They're saying CFD here. I'm not sure why. That's wrong. They shouldn't do that. Only this one. Only the one that says CFD is CFD. If it says EQT, it's not CFD. It's equity. You're not doing CFDs. But yeah, just always make sure you choose the instrument that says velocity. But yeah, then you can trade from TradingView. That's all you have to do. Just go Trading Panel. Sorry, it's not there anymore now because I logged in. But you'll see there, it says Trading Panel, choose Velocity Trade, type in your Velocity Trader details, and boom, your account is linked. Is there provision for a trailing stop? Unfortunately, on Velocity Trader, only Forex has trailing stop losses. Only the Forex. The other stuff, unfortunately, no trailing stop losses. But okay. Thank you. That's it. That's it. That's the webinar for today. Like I said, if you have any questions, remaining questions, I didn't answer it in this webinar, chris2@randswiss.com. So CHRISTO@randswiss.com. Send me your question. I'll be happy to answer it.